Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining today's webinar about our Master in Management Online. I'm Assistant Professor Tedi Skiti. I'm the Academic Director of this program. And today I want to discuss why this program might be the right solution for your professional career. I will describe the program and describe for which students this is the most appropriate program. So this program is for students that are perhaps they're already working, so they have like a full-time job, or students that they don't want to actually put their career on hold for personal or professional reasons. This is like a fully flexible online and part-time program from a leading business school. And this program is building your prior qualifications from perhaps non-management backgrounds or majors, and provides a very solid business management specialization. It is flexible, and it is for individuals that want like a flexible program. They want like a top business education, but they don't want to put their career or their personal life on hold. So if you are kind of like in a point of your career that you want like a management degree to proceed further in your career, or you need like a level 9 qualification to proceed in any role that you already have, or if you actually are unable to commit to more a traditional master program, then this program is for you. And we have like students that are very diverse in terms of like their backgrounds and disciplines. So we have like students coming from art and humanities. We have like lots of medical professionals, nurses. We have from humanities, as I said, we have doctors. We have like students that are coming from non-business majors, but they would like to actually get like some business education to proceed in their careers. But at the same time, they want like a flexible program. So what we actually are doing in this program is that we kind of like assume that our students don't have any background in business, right? So this is the expectation, right? So don't be worried if you don't have any exposure to management education or background in business principles. We assume that you are a blank piece of paper, and we just kind of like teach you the fundamentals of management ideas. We provide like a comprehensive understanding of all important management ideas, the most modern ones, frameworks and models. We try to kind of like use the way we have designed this program is for you to actually expand your analytical capacity as much as possible, especially in this very technology-based business speed. We strongly believe that your analytical capacity and your ability to comprehend complex business ideas is what will give you business success in your career. We also encourage working in groups and participating in as much as possible on workshops and seminars so that you develop your personal and professional skills. Although this program is fully online, we also encourage cooperation and interaction among our students. So that's why our students work in groups. So our students can be anywhere in Ireland or Europe or in the world, but we try to kind of like help them network and interact with each other as much as possible. Now, let me introduce the modules that we actually offer in this program. As I mentioned, this program is comprehensive and provides the foundations of business education. That's why we start with really fundamental business courses, like, for example, corporate finance, marketing, human resource management, accounting, digital innovation, and global leadership and teams. These are taught from exactly the same professors that teach our full-time programs. Our professors are established world-class professors who are actually teaching these classes. They are the same professors who teach like other master programs as well, full-time. And we kind of like assume that, or as I said, you don't have any prior exposure to any of these topics. So after module 1, you have like a core knowledge of accounting, finance, marketing, and HRM. Now in year 2, we build on this fundamentals, and we have classes that are also like part of this management fundamentals. We teach like a very cool class on strategic management. We have like a class about economics and markets. You cannot be a good manager without some knowledge of economics. Very important class on supply chain, so that you are taught like how production works. And then we have like also like a project management type class, managing innovative projects, where our professor applies like some really modern tools on how to actually manage projects to be more efficient in managing them. And also we have like a class about business simulation, where you together with your group, you run a company and compete with the other groups in the class. Now, for this master is taught in 2 years, since this is part-time. But in these 2 years, after these 2 years, you have like a very modern curriculum of a master in management. So this is like this is part-time, but the material is exactly the same, like full-time, plus the flexibility, right? So if you are a professional that doesn't have exposure in management education, after these 2 years, you'll have like lots of exposure in management, right? So you can claim that I really know management, right? So I have like exposure to all these different fields of management, even if you're coming from a very unrelated major. Now, how is this program delivered online? So we have like the material ready for a full online program, which is asynchronous in its nature. We have like some material that perhaps are synchronous. These are like more limited. You have like the flexibility to study your material and finish your material as you see fit. We believe that the content material and the expectations for this material are very clearly laid out. And these are there are recordings from our professors that are to the highest possible fidelity and organization in Brightspace. So we have like a clear cut content and delivery schedule, but also it is flexible as well because of the asynchronous part of this. So you can work or have like other family or personal responsibilities, and you can follow the asynchronous content that we lay out in this master program. Now we have like so these are like the 4 kind of like parts of this master. So it gives you an opportunity. First of all, at the center is UCD credentials. The degree is exactly the same like other master degrees from UCD. And not only UCD, but also like SmartFit, which is like a top 20 business school in Europe and top in Ireland. This is what you get. It's very important that not only that you get like management education, but you are getting like digital literacy and community, the big UCD community, but being flexible at the same time, right? So after this master program, you become part of one of the most important alumni associations in Ireland, and lots of support about your future careers because you attend this program, right? So this is like something that we offer to all our students, all right, irrespective of our of MSc. But for this, you also get the flexibility and the part-time that you don't get from other programs. And this flexibility and exposure to this comprehensive business education helps you also build on your existing career, either by getting like new management roles or start a new career altogether. So, being like taking like an online class, we realize that and kind of like learning like new material, we are offering like cutting edge material. So some of our students that do not come from which usually do not come from a business background, you do have support, right? So it's a very demanding program. We're not gonna lie. It's definitely like the high standards that we want to keep at UCD, but we also have lots of support systems to support you in this program. Here's our program manager and learning support officer, who will be always available to provide you with support and advice on all course matters. Me and Jer will be always there to help you with any issues or any concerns that you might have. And we can be the liaison between you and your professors, or you and your classmates, right? So we believe there is lots of support to advise you on all academic and admin matters throughout your study in this program. Now, how to apply? You apply online. You must have like a minimum second class honors degree in a non-business discipline. So this is a master for non-business majors. So we want to receive you and make you like a future manager. So we strictly prefer like non-business disciplines, as I said before. In some very exceptional circumstances, we might accept non-degree holders if they have like significant management work experience, but they want to advance their career and they definitely need like a management degree. This is an exceptional. And also like about the fees, these are the fees currently to attend this. These are the tuition fees for EU and non-EU students. And of course, we are always available for questions, right? So admissions and our master programs, our master program email dedicated to this admission process is always here for you. So we would like to be with you like throughout this process, right? So once you apply, once you get admitted, and of course like after you graduate. So we try to support you throughout this program as much as possible. So these are like my small introduction about this master. So today we have like two students that are ex-students that were student and alumni that have attended this program, Rona and Sue. So I want to start asking Rona, can you tell us a bit about your experience about this program? Can you give us like
Yeah,
a small background of you and your experience with this program?
sure. So I studied science in UCD last millennium. So I finished in 99. And, I've been working sort of in the pharma industry for many years, working in leadership, but was missing the sort of business, education part, even though you pick some things up on the way. So I applied to do this program because I didn't want to disturb work. I wanted to be able to do it part time. So I did this from September 2023 till May 2025. So I did the 2 years. So that was my approach. I travel a lot with work. So the part-time and sort of being able to go mostly at your own pace was really helpful for me in my life and my work schedule.
Thanks, Rona. I mean, how do you feel? I mean, as you said, you're coming you're coming from corporate. Uh, how do you feel this program, like this degree, helps your career in the pharma industry? I mean, you said that you are in pharma.
Yeah, so I think studying science and working in a scientific field, but every company is a business, right? And understanding like the principles and the business part of that really helps in my career as I grow and try and understand that trying to run businesses, you need to have some of this information. But I really liked the management online program because it also had leadership, human resources management, global leadership and teams. So things that I was sort of doing day to day, but not having maybe the theory or the educational
Mm.
background. So it sort of really cemented and grew my skills in that way, but also gave me great insights into more, business subjects that I'd dropped when I was halfway through secondary school. I focused on science. So it was a really good way for me to learn and further my education.
Thanks, Ron. I mean, your profile is very interesting because you have all this huge experience about corporate life, and um I mean, that's why we really like having people like you in the program because you are also teaching us and the students as well because we are bringing the business education and you're bringing us the hardcore kind of like knowledge about like corporate world. So this is very cool. Thank you so much, Rona. So Sue, thank you for being here as well. Can you tell us a bit background about yourself?
I suppose, look, I'm in aviation, so, but again, as Ron said, everywhere is a business. So, I've been here quite a number of years. Not so much vast experience, but again, would have lacked the knowledge around the management and the learning around that. I saw this course, thought it was great. It delves into so many different areas, and touches base on things that you'd need, if you were in the position of managing any area or any business. And I find it extremely helpful. I'm genuinely loving it at the moment, so it's great. Nearly a year in.
Yeah. I mean, I remember Sue very well because I remember like being in her interview to join our program, and I'm gonna say the same thing that I said in that interview that we are extremely happy that people like Sue and Rona with all this very deep knowledge of industries, right? So Rona is in pharma and Sue is in like in aviation, and Sue has like a very deep understanding of like how aviation works in Ireland, a very, very important industry in Ireland, right? So probably top three or top five industries in Ireland. So having Sue in this program has been like a blessing itself, right? So this is like something like that we also appreciate in general in UCD Smurfit because like a business school has to be an alive kind of like creature, right? So it's not that we only teach like theories and stuff, but we must also interact with people that are very kind of like knowledgeable, but also like provide like this theoretical foundation that they need to actually proceed in their career. So this is like a win-win situation, I will say, for our students and for SmartFit as well. Rona, you have a point?
Yeah, and I just wanted to add, I think what I really liked about the program is that you did pair projects and group projects. And I
Mm.
think the group projects were so interesting where you get to
Mm.
work very closely with other people. And it was fascinating to learn about all the different backgrounds. We had people who just were continuing their studies from studying before, and then people in a wide range of industries. There were people coming back to work after
Yeah.
career breaks. So everyone had something to bring, and you ended up learning a lot about sort of their
Mm.
experiences too.
That's a very good point, Rona. And I think like this is like a general feature of all master programs that you interact with people uh, diverse in their backgrounds, exactly because this program admits like non-business majors. Perhaps you can interact with students that are in completely different industries. So that's like a very big benefit of this program. And there's this kind of like anticipation that because it's like it's online, you kind of like it's part-time and online, so you don't get like what the full-time is giving. But I want to be very clear that first of all, the professors are exactly the same. And number two, like a big benefit of this program compared to the full-time is that you don't get this kind of individuals, right? So successful and knowledgeable in this in their industries compared to the full-time, right? So in the full-time, I mean, it's a completely different group of students. They graduate from their program. They are very knowledgeable, very successful, but they lack the professional experience. In this master, we have like a flexibility plus the network of very successful individuals in very different fields. So this is probably one of the last points of your career that you will interact with people from so many different industries, because afterwards you become like very in a silo somehow, that like in a small bubble that you don't interact much. So it is something to think about and evaluate, that not many master programs have this diversity in backgrounds. Okay. So thank you all. I think like these are the main points. I don't know if we have like I mean, we're always, as I said, available for points and programs. Yes, Rona.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add, I suppose, the learning management system, the way the course is laid out, it's very easy for you to plan and see where you are. The quality of the materials is really good. And what I really, really liked is that for the learning support, you're given a suggested pace of learning. I mean, obviously you have different deadlines with assessments and different tests and things like that, but are your assignments. But if you follow the plan, it's actually quite easy to do. So if you sort of make an agreement with yourself, the time you're going to dedicate to it, and if you just follow that and follow the plan, it is really doable. I work in a really busy job. I travel all the time. I mean, you said it at the start. It does take some work. It is a master's program, but you can organize your time and really do it. But what is provided to you makes it very easy. You can track your progress. It's very easy to use the systems.
Yeah, I think like this is like a main feature of the program. It's not a bug, it's a feature that we actually designed ourselves exactly because of this tough schedule that our students have, right? So we kind of like recognize this from the very beginning, that our students have like a very tight schedule. So that's why we try to kind of like be as clear as possible about the expectations and the structure and the grading. And so the material is there for our students already. So they can actually be flexible in their own time, right? So we don't we don't necessarily say, you should do this because this is the schedule of the program, but we have like a flexible structure where students can actually follow their own schedule and kind of like follow the classes as they see fit based on their own responsibility. So this is also
Sorry,
something very
Teddy.
important, Rona. Yeah.
Hi, Teddy. Sorry, we have some. We're just conscious that we're coming up to the end of the webinar, and we have some questions from our participants that when you're mentioning that, would be relevant. One of the questions is, as this is an online program, how much content or forums are live, and how are they scheduled? Is it outside of what would be considered core office hours? So I think this is what you're referring to there, but if you could just expand on that a little bit.
Most of the material is online and flexible, so most of it is asynchronous. So I don't want to say like 85% or 87%, but it's very close to that. So we prefer to have like synchronous content, most of it. I mean, of course, our professors are always available for meetings, right? Online, Zoom meetings or in-person meetings, but the material is generally asynchronous. Maybe 90%. Sue, do you have like a point about this? Like how
Yeah, I
how much?
do. look, I think, look, take it from, you know, a full-time professional and a full-time mom, like, you can fit this in. And I think the way it's laid out and the structure that is provided you from not even day one, like even day minus, is it 7 or 14 days before you start? Like, you can put plans in place here, and you can make it work. And it's not excessive to the point where, you know, you're snowed under. It is very, very manageable to do, you know, with home life and with work life. What I would say as well is, yes, there are lectures, but they're not, and they are outside office hours. So, you know, they may be in the evenings, maybe one Wednesday, they may be, you know, on the Saturdays. That was definitely something before I started the course that I would have been very conscious of. But again, it's not every week. They're recorded as well. So you don't, if you miss one, it's not as if, oh my God, I've missed, you know, the whole thing. They're recorded. So yeah, absolutely. You might make one or two, but when everything is recorded, you can look back. It is definitely a worthwhile course. It is definitely manageable. It is laid out, and I've never seen a structure like it in terms of, you know, the pace that you're going at. Your lectures are available, you know, by email mainly, but you can, you know, set up meetings to talk to them. Like, it's from communication to the structure. I just think it's brilliant.
Sorry, can I interject there as well? So we've had other questions in over the course of the discussion, and I've tried to answer them directly, but I'm just gonna kind of reiterate some of the key points. Firstly, we absolutely welcome applications from potential students who do not have a prior degree, as Tedi has already mentioned. And I've advised people to send me their CV ahead of applying if they're not sure, and I could advise them on eligibility. That was one of the first questions. The other question that someone asked is, can I come onto campus and use the facilities of UCD even though I'm doing an online program? And the answer is 100% yes. So you're welcome to come onto campus anytime at all, use all the facilities, the library, or up in UCD, the sports facilities. We have a global leadership program for our master's students. You're absolutely welcome to come onto that program, as well as a kind of added extra, shall we say, to your academic studies. But you're very much considered a student of UCD Smurfit, and there's no difference in terms of the quality of the degree that you're getting or the experience, other than the majority, if not all of it, is online. But as I said, all the other offerings that we have for our students are available to you. We have a career service as well that applies to all of our students, or is available to all of our students, and that obviously includes our online students as well. And I had another question, just in terms of Teddy mentioned this, in terms of the people, your students, your classmates that you're working with in project groups. It is more interesting for people who have worked before, essentially, because you're working with people, as you've seen from the ladies here today, in completely different industries. So you're learning from them. So the learning outcome is much more enriched than if you're in a full-time class with a whole, class of graduates who haven't had that exposure in the professional world. So that's really important to remember, that you're getting that added benefit, that broader perspective. And you kind of learn those critical thinking skills from people who are working in industries that you would not have, recourse to in your normal job, probably. So it's just really important that you remember that if you are considering it, that you are getting that whole exposure that you wouldn't get if you're doing a course on campus, And I think we're coming up to 1 o'clock, Teddy. So I'll pass over to you.
Thank you so much. So I think these are the main points. I just want to point out that the discussion is not over, right? So we are always available, to answer any questions that you may have. This is the best thing for your career, as I said. If you fit like a specific profile, if you are not from a business major, and if you want not to put your career or your personal life on hold, this is the master program for you.